Good morning, students. Yesterday we studied poem Rain in the Night. I think you must have done homework of that poem. I had told you to write down poem in your notebook. After that I told you to write down word meanings. So now today's we'll start with second topic of our 4th standard syllabus. So name of our lesson is Aesop's Fables. What is name of our lesson? Aesop's Fable. Now what is Aesop? Aesop is a name of a person who started telling stories. In olden days there were many people who used to tell stories, and Aesop is a name of a person who started telling stories. Fables means what? Fables means short stories. There are many old people, you know very well, your grandfather, your grandmother, they tell you different types of stories when evening time, yes or no, when you go to sleep, that time what you say? Grandma, please can you tell me story on old story of lion? Can you tell me story of ghost? Can you tell me story of peacock? There are different animals in various stories. So Aesop is a name of a person. He is a person who had told stories in olden days, and then people loved his stories. When people loved his stories, then those stories were transformed, they were transferred from one generation to another generation. One generation to another generation means what? Your grandfather told you, then you will tell your grandson. In this way, from one generation to another generation, these short stories were forwarded. So here it is told in this lesson, these are the, 2 stories are given in this lesson. Name of first story is The Stag at the Pool, and second story in this lesson is The Dog in the Manger. So today we will study first story, because we will able to complete only first story today. So there is an introduction of lesson. I will just read it for you. Fables are short stories that have a moral or message for us, something to learn and keep in mind as we grow up. Most of the fables have animal characters who think and act just like human beings. Now here in this first paragraph it is told that fables are what? Fables are short stories, small stories. Those stories can be of 1 page or then 10 to 15 lines. So fables are short stories that have moral. Now there are various story books which you bring at home. Your parents might be bringing story books to you at home. After reading a story, if a story is of 2 pages and at last what is given over there? Moral is given. Moral means what? What you have understood of that story. A moral, message. So fables are also short stories which has moral or message. And that message and moral tells us something that we can keep in our mind as we grow up. As you grow up, now also you can say, there was a story when I was in LKG, UKG, there was a story of crow and stone, right? You remember those stories. Then rabbit and hare. There was a competition between rabbit and hare. Slow and steady wins the race. What is moral of that story? Slow and steady wins the race. In this way, there were various stories are there. There are various stories which we have learned when we were small, and those stories are giving you some message. Message means what? Something to keep in your mind. As you grow up, you keep in mind. And this, most of the fables have what? Animal characters are there. Those animal characters act just like human beings. Now hare and tortoise, right? Hare and tortoise, rabbit and tortoise. Hare means what? Rabbit. There is a race between hare and tortoise. Tortoise is slow and steady, and rabbit, what it does? Rabbit runs fast, and when rabbit runs fast, there is a closing line where rabbit has to cross it. But what rabbit does? Before that only it sleeps under a tree. But our tortoise is walking slowly, steadily, without making noise. And then what happens? It is seeing that rabbit is sitting under a tree, it is sleeping over there, and tortoise is winning a race. In this way, there are various types of fables. There are various types of fables which are told by various types of people, and from that one famous person is Aesop. Aesop is a famous person who had told stories, and that stories are that stories are transferred from one generation to another. Now I'll read the second paragraph for you. It is believed that many of the fables were first told by a wise person called Aesop. Aesop lived hundreds of years ago in a country called Greece. Now you know Greece is a country, another country, it is another country which is situated little bit, not too much close to our country, but it is situated in the which direction? It is situated in the west direction, Greece. His stories became so popular that people passed them on from one generation to another, from generation to generation. And many proverbs and sayings that we use today are based on these fables. Here are two well-known fables in this lesson. So fables, I have explained you what is fables. Fables means what? Short stories. There are various short stories which are having moral and messages. Correct? There are various types of old people, those who tell these short stories. Everybody cannot tell short stories. There are some people, they make their own stories and then they present it in front of others, and then it is transferred from one textbook to one book to other book, from one generation to other generation. And like that, only one famous person is Aesop, who lived in Greece. Okay, this is an introduction of lesson. Now let us start with the story which Aesop has told in this lesson. The stag at the pool. I'll just read in short two paragraphs and then I'll explain you. One day a beautiful stag came to a pool of clear water. As he bent down to drink, he saw his own reflection in the water. He was delighted with what he saw. Instead of drinking water, he kept looking at his own reflection. How handsome I look, he said to himself. How beautiful are these curving antlers, who they add to my beauty. How graceful they look. Then he moved nearer and saw his legs reflected in the pool. He saw quite disgusted. Look at my legs. Ugh, they are so ugly. All spindly with small feet. How I wish that nature had given me legs worthy of my stately antlers. Now in this 3 paragraphs, it is told that one day there was a beautiful stag. Stag means what? A male deer. We even, deer is also called male deer, female deer, and for male deer, another word is there is a synonym for male deer, you can also call it stag. So there it is told in this story, one day there was a beautiful stag who came close to a pool to drink water. And when he was drinking water, that time he bent down to drink water, he saw his own reflection. Reflection means what? How you see your reflection in mirror, in same way he saw his own reflection when he bent down to drink water. And then when he saw his own reflection in water, that time he said, oh, how beautiful I look. How good are my antlers. Antlers means what? Antlers meaning is not given. Antlers are the horns which deer has. Antlers means what? Horns. Male deers, stag has horns, and then when it looks down in the water, he sees his own reflection and he says, oh, how beautiful I look. Instead of drinking water, he kept on looking his own reflection. What he was doing? He was just looking his own reflection and he was thinking, arey, how beautiful my antlers are, how handsome I look. And then simultaneously, when he was going little more closer to the pool, or you can say as he was going more closer to the water, he saw his own legs. When he saw his own legs, that time he said, ugh, my legs are so dirty. I don't know how ugly these legs are. God has made my antlers so beautiful and my legs are so dirty. My feet are so dirty. So he becomes little sad over there. Here there are some spindly. His legs are spindly means what? Very long and thin. When he was sad, that time one word is given in your textbook. He was disgusted. Disgusted means what? He was sad. Right? and he's telling my antlers are stately. Stately means what? My antlers are grand, I have grand antlers, but my legs are, or my feet is so small and it looks so ugly. Okay, this was the explanation of first 3 paragraphs. Then we will continue further. As he was brooding in this way, the stag heard an arrow going swish across the pole. At the same time, he picked up the scent of hunters. With a quick turn, he bounded away. His legs carried him swiftly into the forest. The hunters were hot on his trail, but they were no match for his speed. Soon the stag left the hunters far behind. What happened in this paragraph now? I told you, he was just looking at his reflection. When he was looking towards his own reflection in the water, at that time only there came one arrow. As he was brooding in this way, he was brooding means what? Brooding means what? Thinking sadly. Brooding means what? Thinking sadly for a long time. What stag was doing? Stag was thinking for a long time, why my antlers are so beautiful, I look so handsome, but then God has made my feet so ugly. He was brooding. Brooding means what? He was thinking for a long time, and then at that time only one arrow swish from there. Swish means what? An arrow passes from the male deer, or you can say from nearby male deer or a stag. At the same time, he picked up the scent of hunters. He looked here and there. As soon as he looked here and there, he understood that there is an hunter around me. And then with a quick turn, he bounded away. Bounded away means what? He ran away. Here meaning of bounded is given. Bounded means what? He ran away from that place. As soon as he started running in the forest, the hunters were hot on his trail. Hunters were also behind the stag. Stag was running further, but you know it very well. Deers are the fastest runner animal on the, not fastest, but cheetah is the fastest running animal. But then after cheetah, you can even say that deers also run very fast. So here hunter was behind stag, and stag was further. And then what happened? It is told that the hunters were hot on his trail. Hot on his trail means what? They were very close to stag. Hot on trail means what? Very close to him. To whom? Hunters were very close to stag. But they were no match for speed. Hunters were running, but can you just match your speed and stag speed? No. Stag is a male deer which runs very fast, and hunters are the human beings those who cannot run as fast as deer. So it is told that stag was running further, hunters were running behind, and there was no match of speed between deer and hunter. Then what happened further? Safe and out of the hunters reached, the stag slowed down. Suddenly, without realizing it, he walked into a thicket. There were trees with strong branches growing close together, and alas, the same antlers of which he was so proud got caught in the thick growth. The stag tried to shake himself free, but the more he struggled, the more entangled his antlers got in the branches. Once again, the stag could hear the hunters drawing closer and grew afraid. At last, with great difficulties, he managed to free his antlers and bounded away. Now next, when he ran, as there was no match of speed between hunter and stag ran away. He bounded and ran away in the thicket. Thicket means what? Bush. There are various small grasses growing together, or there are bushes growing together, and then that stag goes and hides in the thicket. And when he slowed down, that time he realized that my legs or my feet are the only thing, or my feet are the only thing because of whom I am alive now. Correct? And then he sits. There were trees with strong branches growing close together, and alas, the same antlers. Then what happened? He was trying to go inside the thicket. When he was going inside the thicket, inside the bushes, what happened? His antlers got stuck in the bush. Bush means what? Thicket. Various types of grasses or various types of small grasslands, small plants growing together. His antlers got stuck in that. Antlers means what? Horns. I have told you before also. Antlers means what? Horns of the stag got stuck in the bush. He's trying to remove his antlers from bush. They got entangled. Entangled means what? Entangled means got stuck in something. It gets mixed up. It got stuck inside the branches of the bush, and it is trying to remove its antlers, but it is not. Stag is not able to remove his antlers. Then the stag tried to shake himself here and there. He was trying to shake himself, but he was not able to remove himself from the bush. And at that time only he heard the voice of hunters coming closer. At that time he was too much afraid. He said, now I am going to be killed by hunters. And somehow he tried to remove his antlers which were entangled in the bush, which were growing over there where he was hiding himself. He tried to remove his antlers, and then what happened further is, once again the stag could hear the hunters drawing close and grew afraid. At last, with a great difficulty, he managed to free his antlers and bounded away. He removed his antlers. Somehow he tried to remove his antlers from the branches of the trees, small trees, and he ran away from there. He realized now that my ugly feet saved my life. I was so proud of these handsome antlers, but they could have been cause of my death. And moral of this story is given. Very often we dislike the very things that are most useful to us. Now in ending I would like to tell you, he realized that my antlers, which were, when I saw my reflection in water, my antlers were the most beautiful thing or the most beautiful part of my body, but they were cause of my death because they got entangled in the bush. Entangled means what? They got stuck in the bush. Stag was not able to run. Hunters were behind him. But who helped him who helped him to save his life from hunters? That was his feet. And he was thinking his feet as a ugly part of his body, and he was praising God. He was telling, God has made my beautiful antlers. Why God has not made my feet beautiful? And the same small, spindly, very long and thin, small feet helped him to save his life. Whatever, that is only the thing which you have to learn from this story. Let anything, there are many things which looks ugly, but those things are the most helpful thing in our life. All things which looks beautiful are not helpful to us. That is only message from this story. Aesop has written Aesop's fable. In that the stag at the pool. In that story Aesop has told same thing. Stag was happy with his handsome antlers, but he was unhappy with his ugly feet. But who helped him to save his life? Ugly feet helped him to save his life, not his handsome antlers. This is the message which I want to tell you from the story. Okay, I think you must have understood. The story. You will have textbook at home. You will have to read lesson properly, slowly. There will be various difficult words in the lesson. You will have to read. Now there are some word meanings given here. You can pause. You can pause video and you can write down word meanings in your notebook. First of all, same like poem, you have to do it. First, you have to write down name of lesson, Aesop's fables. Then first story, the stag at the pool. You have to write down name of story. After writing name of a story, you have to write down word meanings. Step by step, how many word meanings are there total here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 word meanings are there. You have to write down 11 word meanings. And then there are questions in exercise which are related to our story. First story, second story we will see tomorrow. Okay, there will be questions in exercise related to our story. You have to write down questions and find out answers from story. And this is the homework which you have to do. You have to write down word meanings. You have to see questions of the story, and you have to write down. You have to find out answer. You have to think and write down answers of the questions. Okay. Thank you.